Welcome to Business Connection. I'm Liz Spencer. We have wonderful guests in studio for you today. They are from Beyond the Brush. I have Kathy Bartnick and Holly Mellendorf, and you guys are co-owners and you're artists. And you do murals and everything else.
Murals, stenciling, faux finishes, whatever. If you can imagine it, we can do it.
Absolutely.
That is so neat. How did this come about?
Well, both of us are artists, personally and stuff, and it wasn't until a couple of years ago that it reignited my passion when Holly helped me do a mural on my then fiance as well, who's now my husband. And once we collaborated on it and saw the finish and stuff, that's when Holly decided that we needed to do this as a business for us.
Aha, so Holly, you were the one that said, hey, we've got something.
I had been bugging her for 2 years, so let's do this as a business. But between, her getting married and me having her granddaughter, it wasn't the right time. So, but now I finally got her talked into it, and here we are.
There you are. Yeah, and I think you guys, your timing is perfect because I think people are looking for something beyond the average picture on a wall.
Absolutely.
So this is really personal.
Very.
It is. Especially like with a wall mural and stuff, it's the way that our technique is and that we paint and stuff, it's dimensional. It looks dimensional, even though it's just a flat finish on the wall. It looks dimensional, so it kind of like brings personalization to somebody's home, something that they like,
Right, something that's very unique to them. So Holly, how does this work? If I have a picture, can I bring it to you? Or if I just have an idea, say I want a seascape or something, how do you do this?
What I tell people is if you've got an idea in your head, the best thing to do is maybe check something out on Pinterest and send me an idea, and we will make it yours. We will not, recreate that by no means, but we will make it your personal thing. But all you pretty much got to do is tell us what you're looking for, and we will turn it into an actuality for you.
So that old saying that 90% old, 10% new makes it yours.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Now, when you're working on the wall and you're painting, what type of paint do you use? How do you do that? That seems just so daunting to me.
Regular old latex paint.
Yep.
And we can mix the colors, to whatever we're painting, to the color that we need and stuff. So that's not a problem for us at all.
That's very interesting. I would assume that you had some special paint, but not good old-fashioned wall paint.
Good old-fashioned wall paint.
And you also do stenciling, which is immensely popular, that we're wanting to put sayings and quotes that mean something to us. How does that work when you guys help us do that?
Well, right now, I'm in the process of putting "Served with Love" on my kitchen wall. And basically I just find the font that I like and put it up on the wall and go with it. There's no, we do use stenciling, but for lettering, we usually don't. It's usually freehand.
Oh my gosh, you guys are so brave, freehand.
but we can do the stenciling like the trees and the leaves and that kind of stenciling. But other than that, quotes and things of that nature, we just put it up on your wall.
That's awesome. Now, I wouldn't trust myself to do that. My quote would be going like this, and my wall would have more. I would have more paint on me than anything. But I would imagine that this would be very popular for nurseries and in babies' rooms.
Yes, and what's nice about that is if you don't want to put a mural on the wall of a nursery, because face it, kids don't like what we like. They
grow out of it very quickly.
Exactly. And what's nice is I can do a canvas for you. So you can put that personalization up on the nursery wall without, having to paint over it in a year. But we're more than happy to do a mural too, if you want, on your nursery.
That's awesome. And now, not only do you do murals, but you do different types of painting on walls, such as faux painting and other things. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, the faux finishes, there's so many different types of faux finishes, and we can do like a marbleized, technique and stuff. There's, you can use sponges, and use sea sponges to get a different textured look. It's all flat still, but you just get a different effect with the different techniques that we use. So it depends on the person's preference, and what they're exactly looking for.
We just learned how to use a bristle brush to do a faux, and that was pretty neat, huh, Kath?
It was. Some of our you can use anywhere from rolled up newspapers to Glad wrap to sponges to rags. It's amazing the different finishes you can get just by using your imagination.
Wow, and you know, and I always see these advertisements for, you know, people can buy these kits and do it themselves, and I think, oh my gosh, I would never try that. Because I wouldn't want to mess up my wall. I would rather have you guys come in and help me, because I would, again, get it all over me.
Absolutely.
And you know.
And the nice thing about that, I mean, you can, you know, spend $20 on the vinyl, you know, pre-printed stuff to put up on your wall, but once you put it up and take it down, you can't re-put it up anywhere. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it usually leaves a nasty residue.
Right.
On your wall. So, I mean, I would much rather go with us.
Yes, I would much rather go with you guys.
And like Holly made the point with the canvases and the ever-changing moods for the kids and stuff, the nice thing about that is if you have other children or you have family members, you can always pass those along.
Right.
Yep.
Right. Well, I think that's the nice thing about it. You know, where did all this art skill come from? You know, is this?
It's just something that is innate in both of our personalities.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We both just love to create different things, and we've always done things for family and friends and stuff, and we thought, well, why not put it to, you know, our own personal business and do what we love to do, because it's a passion of both of ours.
Absolutely.
Well, I think that's great. I can just tell by sitting next to you guys that you really love what you do. You're passionate for it, and I would bet that any home you go into, you know, create what they want. You create something for them, but you also give them a little bit of you, which is really nice.
Absolutely. Like my husband always says, because I'll get an idea in my head and I can visualize exactly what it's going to look like when it's done, and I'll explain it to him, and sometimes he'll look at me and he'll go, I don't get it. I can't see what you see. He says, but I'm going to trust your instincts. Go ahead and go with it. And he knows I'm going to do it anyways. But
Right. Well,
and I do it, and you know, then he looks and he's like, oh my gosh, now I know what you were talking about.
that's right, because it comes from the heart. I can tell that with you guys.
She turned a man cave into a home just by some paint on a wall in her new home. So
It was a man cave too. I love you, honey, but it was a man cave.
That's okay. I have no doubt that you've made all the difference. So, well, thank you guys for stopping by and sharing a little bit about Beyond the Brush. We wish you a lot of luck. I'm sure you guys are going to be hugely successful.
Thank you
you
so much.
We're going to be right back with more Business Connections. Stay tuned.